Welcome to Camp Randall Stadium, where these fans have been getting prepared to cheer on a whole pack of Badgers since early in the morning. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Appalachian State Mountaineers, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Wisconsin Badgers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Mountaineers will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. First down for the offense. Give to the back. They make the stop of this running game. Moves the chains as they get the first down. The Badgers headed quickly to the line.
That's a good-looking run there. And if you're going to be RB1 for Wisconsin, you're going to be pretty talented. Because you think of the guys they've had in this backfield in recent years.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
Timeout, Wisconsin.
Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now second and long from the 21. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. At the 35, he's loose.
I think the OC would have been really happy with a small gain and an easier third down. But how about the effort by the running back to get this close? He saw the first down marker, tried to get to it, got close enough now where it's an easy situation on third down and shoot. And I got fourth down in my pocket if I want to go for it.
It'll be a run on third and short. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. And the Badgers are on the move.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
After the incompletion, looking at second down. He's looking to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He'll throw one to his right. And he'll pull it in inside the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The Badgers will have it first and 10. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Run in the red zone, it's Demania. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
On second down, he'll fire. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On third down, he drops the throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the field goal unit is on the field. And he'll try to knock it through from the right hash and 35 yards out. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with them.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Hand off from the shotgun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Going for the big play. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
Beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Running back searching for a hole. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They go right back to him. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Knocked down after a pickup of 6, and they're trying to impose their will in the red zone. Ball's at the 13.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Fans are bringing the noise on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
They want to run this quarterback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Run it with the fullback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Bob.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Instead of opting for the chip shot field goal attempt and tying the game, these guys want to take the lead. Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mountaineers!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He shows you all of his ability on that TD.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
7, Wisconsin, 3.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line.
First and 10.
The offense lining up for a first down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Makes the grab down the middle. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. And here comes the offense on second down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, App State 7, Wisconsin 3.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to run for it. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. And the Badgers will call on their punt team. He's not going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs. The fake doesn't work.
And obviously you're trying to catch him off guard, but it didn't work. I'm not a fan of fake punts. I would rather put my offense on the field and guys that do this for a living all the time and are really good at it, but tried to sneak attack, and it did not work.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Now the play fake. Getting some heat. Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, and live to fight another down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Quickly complete. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, App State. Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it 14-3. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it.
Wisconsin 3.
Fielded in the end zone, it's McDonald. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Pulled and fired complete. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Man, how about the aggressive play call? 3rd and 1, and you still throw the football, taking a shot, saying, I'm going to go make a big play. The defense was disciplined, get the quarterback on the ground. Nice job by the defense.
Makes a move. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man quickly. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give. He's there to make the stop.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Looking to take a shot. Touchdown, Appalachian State! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And after starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
He'll bring it out. It's McDonald. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 30-yard line. Touchdown, Badgers! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Appalachian State regains possession and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. Trying to escape and get it himself. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Working that left side now. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several first downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
They'll throw it on first down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. The Mountaineers want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. That's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great.
Touchdown, Mountaineers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
He's going to bring it out from deep. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do... And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Unloads to the wideout. And that one had some juice on it, but it's incomplete.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He unleashes a long one. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Badgers line up to punt it away. We assume he's going to punt it this time. He did complete a pass earlier. He gets it away from his own end zone. Slips through the line, and the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
It's now second down.
Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And the Mountaineers will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Badgers will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Well, they were trying to set up the option, but the quarterback had no chance. Did you see the defensive tackle penetrate? What a great first step. He shot right through the offensive line and got the TFL.
And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. He's got his man, makes the grab. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Mountaineers will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. He gets a block. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And it's caught inside the 20. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Badgers come to the line in the hurry-up. Comes out throwing on 1st down. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for the...
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
And I would use this as a part of my offense, too. When I got a guy like this, I can do the design quarterback runs with, and he can make 10 yards look like it's nothing. I mean, just chews up dirt quickly and gets in the end zone.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Oh my. Oklahoma is putting on a show offensively today. They just simply can't be stopped. They're up by 24 over the Sharks. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He'll try to do it himself.
You see a lot of quarterbacks get in trouble when they start forcing things. He did a really good job. He wanted to throw the football. You could tell. Drops back, nothing open. It's okay. I'm just going to take off, get what I can get.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. At midfield, he's got room. Open runway ahead. He's at the 10. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, App State.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
Wisconsin, 17.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
First and 10.
The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got it. And the ball is picked off. Touchdown, Appalachian State. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Awesome awareness by the D lineman on this play. You just can't do it any better. He knew he wasn't going to be able to get there and get the sack, so he slowed himself down, got his hands in the air, plucks it out of mid-air, keeps his balance, and takes it in for 6.
From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They'll put the tight end in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell that he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Handoff from the gun. Bulls his way forward. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Pick up a 5. They'll need 5 more on 3rd down.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down.
And it's caught inside the 15. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. And the Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Looking to the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
And he's got him set up. Defense finally gets him out of bounds at the 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing.
They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Touchdown, Mountaineers! And the punishment has been extended.
And how about this offense? Another scoring drive. Great job. They seem to be in a much better rhythm than they were a week ago. They're 0-1, lost week 1. They could have got down on themselves. I like the way they bounced back. Now they're going to be 1-1 with this performance.
Wisconsin, 17.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm.
Picked off. Taking it the other way. A tremendous play to make the interception, and then the return takes him close to the 50-yard line.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
And the fullback. This takes me back to my days growing up, watching the fullback being on the field every single play. You don't see that anymore, but the big fella gets the football. Hey, he looks like he knew what to do with it, too. Nice little pickup, little agility, little speed, but mostly a lot of just girth and strength and just grown man.
Making sure the fullback gets a touch there, and good pickup there, 5 or 6.
Yeah, and he's a north-south runner. You just give this guy a little crease, he puts his foot in the ground, and he gets upfield quickly. And that guy is hard to bring down.
Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Brooks. And what a throw to get it in there, and they've got it in business in the red zone at the 13.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, App State 49, Wisconsin 17.
First down to start the drive after the break. On the ground, it's Farmer. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Fast motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Touchdown, App State, and the stomping has commenced.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
19, set to kick this one away.
He'll bring it out. It's McDonald. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another.
Makes the grab on the right. Got a lot of running room. The 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Badger. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Appalachian State offense returns to the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Leaves it with the running back. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The Mountaineers decide to punt it away. Now on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. To the air on 1st down. Coming after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the 4th quarter.
He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Smashes through the tackle. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
The aerial assault continues. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Oh, this has disaster written all over it, and down he goes. A huge loss. I mean, that single play can flip the field. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Offense set on 1st down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
Fighting off the defender. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 27-yard line.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. And the Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Wants to bring it back. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Sends it downfield. He caught it. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Minnesota is ahead right now in Minneapolis, but that's not exactly Bronco Nagurski out there controlling the game. This one is a long way from being over. They're up by 4 over UCLA. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Appalachian State regains possession, and the Mountaineer offense headed to the field. Firmly in control of this game, we'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face. And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be. Goes to the option. The pitch.
And they'll pick up just a few on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the ball game.